Time is the survivor who lives on borrowed seconds. Once an average explorer inside the Forsaken Realm, he discovered a broken stopwatch that didn't track time. It stole it. Every time he faced danger, the device granted him a brief rewind, letting him repeat a moment with full awareness of what went wrong. But this gift came with a cost. Each rewind shattered a piece of his memory, leaving him unsure which version of events is real. Now, Time fights not only for survival, but also to keep his sense of identity together. His unique ability makes him unpredictable in battles, slipping between timelines with movements that seem impossible to read. Some claim he has died more times than anyone, yet he always returns. Because Time isn't just surviving the Forsaken Realm. He's surviving every timeline of it at once. 007N. 7 is the silent infiltrator of the Forsaken Realm, a survivor built on discipline, precision, and unbreakable focus. Before the chaos began, he was known for completing high-risk missions that others refused to touch. But when the realm swallowed his entire operation, he became its most elusive escape artist. His name isn't a code. It's a reminder of the 7 times he narrowly escaped death, each failure refining his instincts instead of breaking them. 007N. 7 moves like a shadow, collecting intel, mapping hidden routes, and sabotaging threats long before they reach other survivors. Cold on the outside but fiercely loyal inside, he refuses to abandon teammates. He believes strategy wins battles, but unity wins wars. In the Forsaken Realm, 007N7 isn't just another survivor. He's the one who turns impossible odds into perfectly executed plans. Elliot is the survivor who never wanted to be a hero. He simply refused to give up. Once a laid-back programmer who treated danger like a puzzle, he was dragged into the Forsaken Realm after uncovering hidden code that wasn't meant to be seen. That code became his curse and his advantage. Inside the realm, Elliot can read patterns no one else notices: enemy movement loops, trap timings, corrupted signals in the air. To others, it looks like instinct, but to him, it's a glitchy overlay only he can understand. This makes him one of the best support survivors, predicting ambushes and guiding teammates through complex routes. Despite his calm nature, Elliot hides a constant fear. The more he uses the corrupted knowledge, the more the realm rewrites him in return. But he keeps fighting, hoping to decode the truth behind the Forsaken Realm before it overwrites him completely. Elliot isn't the strongest or fastest. He's the one who understands the danger better than anyone else. Shedletsky is the legendary veteran of the Forsaken Realm, a survivor whose name carries both respect and mystery. Long before others were trapped, he was already exploring forgotten zones, testing strange artifacts and documenting anomalies no one believed existed. When the realm finally collapsed into chaos, he wasn't shocked. He was prepared. Armed with deep knowledge of the realm's origins, Shedletsky uses experience instead of brute strength. He knows which areas shift, which structures lie, and which creatures hide behind familiar shapes. Many survivors joke that he talks to the realm, but in truth, he simply understands its rules better than anyone. Though calm and approachable, he carries a heavy burden: the realization that he might have been one of the first to disturb the forces that created the Forsaken Realm. Now he fights not only to survive, but to fix what might have begun with his own curiosity. Shedletsky isn't just surviving the Forsaken Realm, he's trying to rewrite its fate. Noob is the most unlikely survivor in the entire Forsaken Realm, a beginner who somehow refuses to lose. With no training, no special skills, and barely any sense of danger, he stumbled into the realm by complete accident. Everyone expected him to fall instantly, but what happened shocked even the veterans. Noob's greatest strength is his unpredictability. He doesn't follow logic, fear, or even the basic rules of survival, which makes his movements impossible for enemies to read. Traps malfunction, monsters miscalculate, and situations that should end terribly somehow turn into lucky escapes. Some say the realm itself can't understand him, and that confusion becomes his protection. Despite his clumsy ways, Noob has a pure heart. He always tries to help, even if he accidentally makes things worse before they get better. His innocence inspires others, reminding them that courage isn't about perfection. It's about refusing to quit. In a world built to break the prepared, Noob survives because he's the only one who was never predictable in the first place. Builderman. Forsaken Survivor Lore. Builderman is the architect of hope inside the Forsaken realm, a survivor who understands creation better than destruction. Builderman is the architect and stabilizer of the Forsaken realm, a survivor who brings structure to a world designed to collapse. Before the disaster, he oversaw massive construction projects and digital landscapes, turning concepts into solid reality. When the Forsaken realm twisted everything into chaos, he became one of the few who could fight back by creating instead of destroying. Armed with an adaptive toolkit that materializes blueprints on the fly, Buildermen can reinforce falling terrain, seal dangerous gaps, and transform unstable ruins into safe shelters for other survivors. Many rely on him not just for protection, but for direction. Wherever Builderman builds, hope follows. But the realm itself has begun to counter him. Structures he creates are tested, warped, or erased by unseen forces, almost as if the world is studying him. Builderman knows this silent war won't stop until he discovers the root of the corruption and builds something strong enough to withstand it. In a place where everything is breaking apart, Builderman is the one survivor still building a future. Chance is the gambler of the Forsaken realm, a survivor who lives on unpredictability, intuition, and pure risk. Before everything collapsed, he was known for turning impossible situations into victories through nothing more than sharp instincts and outrageous luck. But inside the Forsaken realm, his natural talent evolved into something far more mysterious. Chance's presence bends probability. Doors that should be locked swing open, traps misfire, and threats hesitate at the exact second he moves. It isn't magic, and it isn't a power he controls. It's the realm reacting to someone who refuses to play by its rules. His teammates never know whether he's about to pull off a miracle or cause catastrophic chaos, but one thing is certain: staying close to him always changes the outcome. Despite his reckless style, Chance carries a deep understanding of fate. He believes the Forsaken realm is a game of balance, and someone has to push against the odds. Whether he wins or loses, he refuses to live safely. Survival, to him, is one long bet, and he's all in. Chance isn't the most stable survivor, but he's the one who turns hopeless situations into shocking victories.